In this lecture, we will practice working with services in Kubernetes. And first of all, we will start by working with the NodePort Service. So by default, when we deploy our application in a Kubernetes cluster, our application will not be accessible from outside of the cluster. In this lecture, we will learn how to expose our application deployed inside a Kubernetes cluster to external users using a NodePort service. We will first of all create the deployment to deploy 3 pods using the Nginx Docker image, and then we will expose the 3 pods to external users using a NodePort service. So let's open a terminal here. So let's check first of all if we have any pod running using kubectl get pods. So we didn't have any pod. Let's now create the deployment using kubectl create followed by the name of the YAML file, which is nginx deployment.yaml. So now the deployment was created. Let's get the pods again using kubectl get pods. So now we have 3 pods running. Those pods are created by this deployment, okay, the Nginx deployment. If you want to see the nodes where those pods are running, so we can use the white option. So we see here that 2 pods are running on the node Minikube M02 and only 1 pod is running on the node Minikube, okay. If we get the nodes, so we have only 2 nodes. One is called Minikube and the second one is called Minikube M02, okay? So now we will expose those pods to external users using a NodePort service. To create a NodePort service, so here I will create a new file, gonna call it Nginx NodePort Service.yaml. And for the content of the YAML file, I will take what we have here in the pod.yaml and I'm gonna paste it here. Then I will keep only the API version, the kind, the metadata, and the spec section. Whenever we want to create a service, the API version must be set to v1. For the kind, it will be service because we want to create a service. Then here we will give a name to our service. For example, I'm gonna call it Nginx NodePort Service. And here in the spec section, first of all, we have to set the type of the service. It can be a NodePort service, a cluster IP service, or a load balancer. So here we want to create a NodePort service, so it should be set to NodePort. Then we have the selector property, which is used to tell the service where to forward the coming requests, okay? So here we use labels and selectors to tell the service where to forward the coming requests. So here we have to mention the same labels given to the pods. So here we set the label of Nginx to the Nginx pods created by the Nginx deployment. So let's copy this label and we will paste it here in the selector property, okay? So now using this label and the selector property, we tell the service that it has to forward the coming request to the pods having the label of Nginx. Next we have the ports field, which is an array of ports. So first of all, we have the port property. This port is the port of the service, okay? We will set it to 80. Then we have the target port. For the target port, it is the port of the container running inside the pod, okay? So for a container created using the Nginx Docker image, so here we have the Nginx Docker image, the container will be listening on the port 80, okay? So it will be listening on the port 80, so here the target port should be set to 80. And finally, we have the node port, which is the port that we want to open on the node. The node port must be between 30,000 and 32,767. Okay, so for example, we can set the node port to 31,000. So now any request coming to the node on this port will be forwarded by this service to one of the pods having the label app Nginx. So here we have the YAML file. So to create a service, we execute kubectl create, followed by the name of the YAML file, which is Nginx NodePort Service.yaml. So now the service was created. We can verify that using kubectl get services. So here is the Nginx NodePort service, and it is created just 7 seconds ago. So now using the IP address of a node where the Nginx pods are running and the node port that we have specified here, we can access our application from outside of the Kubernetes cluster. So let's list the nodes that we have here using kubectl get nodes. So here we have 2 nodes created by Minikube. One is called Minikube and the second one is called Minikube M02, on which node the Nginx pods are running using kubectl get pods with the white option. So here we see that 2 pods are running on the node Minikube M02 and 1 pod is running on the node Minikube. Okay, so to get the IP addresses of the nodes, we can use kubectl get nodes with the white option. So here we have the IP address of the node Minikube, and here we have the IP address of the node Minikube N02. Okay, so by combining this IP address with this port, we can access the application from the browser. So let's test that. Let's copy the IP address of the node Minikube. So combine it with the port 31,000. So now the Nginx pods are accessible from outside of the cluster. The same if we use the IP address of the second node, which is Minikube M02. So here we have the IP address of the node Minikube M02. Combine it with the port 31,000. So we're still able to access the application from outside of the cluster. Okay. Finally, what we have to know here is that for the port section, only the port is required. Okay. The target port and the node port are optional. If we didn't set the node port, a free port will be allocated by Kubernetes, and it will be, as we said, between 30,000 and 32,767. And for the target port, it is also optional. And if we didn't set the target port, it will be the same as the port. We can test that by deleting, first of all, the service and recreate it. So let's get the services. So we will delete the Nginx NodePort service and let's recreate it. But now we set only the port. We didn't set the target port and the node port. So let's remove them from here. And let's recreate the port using kubectl create, followed by the name of the YAML file. So now the service was created. If we list the services again, so now we see that Kubernetes allocated this part on the node. Okay. So now to access the application from the outside of the cluster, use this part. Okay. So let's test that by going here to the browser, and instead of 31,000, so now we have this part, which is 30,162. So you see that we're still able to access the application from the browser. Okay. So that's enough for now. I hope that everything is clear, and see you next time.